Good morning. How are you? Hope you're all right. Welcome to our page. This is Save for Rainy Days. Over the last few weeks, we've been talking about how to save money and how not to waste money when it comes to fashion. Couldn't be more apt at the moment as it is London Fashion Week. Oh, yes. I am just going to invite in Tally. There she is. We're going to talk this week all about how to wear patterns, different types of patterns and perhaps different colours of patterns as well. Good morning.
Good morning, Vicky. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm grand, thanks. How are you?
Yes, good, good. The sunshine is out today, so I'm very happy.
Isn't it? It was delightful. Absolutely delightful this morning. Now, we've got quite a lot to get through. I was just saying we've talked about different things when it comes to saving money and not wasting money in fashion. And we are today going to look at how to wear patterns. What's best for your body shape, which we've already looked at. Perhaps the colours of those patterns makes a difference as well. So what patterns, I'm going to ask you first, are always in style? Because there's some that you just see time and time again.
Yeah, well, these are classics. No matter how long you look back in magazines, you'll always have stripes. Whether they're vertical, horizontal, vertical, whatever they are, they'll always be there. Dots, polka dots, big or small, they'll always be there. Checks. So could be a sort of a graphic thing or just checks, could be gingham. Then you'll always have tweeds. And then you'll always have animal prints and also florals. Now, these changing according to season, but you can bet your life, no matter what season, they'll always come in spring, summer, winter, autumn, winter. So, some more than others. But yes, those are without fail, they will always come in.
So we see those sort of patterns time and time again. And sometimes we hear, don't ever wear horizontal stripes, or don't wear this, don't wear that. Is that actually true? Or are there ways to wear that can actually either accentuate your physique or make you feel good when you're wearing them?
Yeah, I think it's really tricky, isn't it? I mean, I love stripes, and sometimes, I'm a rectangle, so you would say, oh, you can't wear stripes. You'll look, this will be going on. But I love stripes. So yes, horizontal stripes, of course, will make you look wider. They just will. Obviously, the smaller stripes. So when we're talking about size of patterns, that's something else. But, stripes sort of going horizontal will make you look bigger, but it depends where you put them. Even if you wear a top and you are, say, maybe a rectangle like me, you tuck them into some trousers with a belt and give yourself shape. That will work because you're adding bulk. Vertical stripes going down will make you look slimmer. If that's what you're going, will make you look longer. But if you're curvy, everything's sort of more of a triangle, so more pear-shaped, will be following the line of the curve. Do you see what I mean? So those things will accentuate your shape, not necessarily in the way you want. You know what I mean? So yes, stripes are a biggie, but yeah, I mean, you can wear them. Vertical will always make you look smaller, tinier, slimmer if that's what you're going for, longer. While if you go horizontal, there's also not horizontal, vertical, but if you go sort of coming in this way, then that can also, if you have a shirt that comes everything in that way, that's really nice as well. So diagonal stripes are good for bringing in shape. So there's that as well.
So how do you wear pattern well? Does it matter what sort of pattern you've got? Does it matter the look of that pattern, or is it just kind of a blanket across the board? How do you wear them well?
Well, I mean, we've touched on the other things, so everyone will look at the other videos we've taught us. So you've got to bear in mind, your shape, your undertones. For example, if we look at animal prints, so for example, black and white will look, looks great on cool skin types, that will always come in. So there's the lovely zebra product. I wear zebra. Those white and black aren't good on me, but sometimes I'll wear red lipstick or change my color or have something here to do it, sort of change that. But the bigger the print, the bigger the impact. So if you're a taller lady, for example, or a taller man, patterns, you can get away with bigger patterns. If you're petite, sometimes the pattern will then, if you have a huge flower, can overpower. So we just see the flower and not you, and you should wear your clothes, not your clothes wear you. You know what I mean? So there's that in that leopard skin, for example, again, small, You know, you can get that on shoes and handbags. Again, that's very nice for warm undertones, leopard skin. But again, the size of the print is very interesting. If it's a bigger print, it can be overpowering. So depending on your shape, you can put that on whichever, you know, top or bottom. So that's one way. Also, for example, florals. This is right. I hope everyone's had a coffee. Florals are quite tricky. So, for example, you'll get florals in the summer. So say, for example, you've got a lovely floral dress. You're going to a wedding. Big floral patterns, great. Now, what is that? What are they on? If it's on if it's on a tone that's not good for your tone, then regardless if the flowers look good, it's always going to be a bit odd. So if you have more space on the print between the flowers, you will look, you will stand out more, you look bigger, your shape will look bigger.
Right.
If you have, for example, the same dress, if, for example, say there were green flowers, for example, or pink flowers, but behind that pink was a softer pink, then that will look more refined and not stand out so much. So say, for example, you have a piece of fabric and the flowers are really tiny, that will make you look, will take the eye away and go, oh, that looks quite dense, that's really interesting. So if you want to give yourself a waist, you would have a really, you know, small flowers printed on a skirt. And so we would look at the skirt, we wouldn't look at your waist.
Okay, so if you've got a large print or big spaces in between the print, it's going to draw your eye to it. So if for example, I wanted to draw attention away from perhaps my shoulders, but wanted to draw attention to my waist, I could wear bigger print on my waist and perhaps no print on my shoulders, or vice versa sort of thing.
Yes. So, for example, if you are the circle, as we were talking about before, maybe we would say that's the apple, where everything's like, you know, down, everything, your sort of your middle is where everything's going. Then you can have pattern on your bottoms, you know, on your trousers, for example, and that could be small. But you need to sort of change the eye. So we're looking there, so we're not looking at your waist. Because you want, if this is what you want to do, you want to sort of change where people are looking, and that's what pattern can do, and especially with color, you know, that can really sort of emphasize your shape and where you put the flowers. And again, you could wear a big flower hat and have a simple color and maybe flower details, or for men, you know, you could have spots on handkerchiefs and ties and all of those things. So just change the eye.
So it's really about using pattern to draw the viewer's eye to wherever it is that you want them to look particularly.
Yeah, and I suppose, again, as we've always said, Vicky, life's too short. Wear what you want to wear. You know, for example, if you could see me now, I'm wearing a sort of a tank t-shirt that's patterned. I'm wearing big trousers, mum jeans. I mean, everything is not for my shape today, but it's comfy and it's loose, and it doesn't bother me to do that. But if I was going for an interview, or I was going to a sort of a smart do and I wanted it, then I would go, oh, what can I wear and what colors, and maybe I'll have a pattern and all of those things. So yeah, I mean, again, it's like, you know, these things can really, you know, if we want to take away from, we don't want people to look at our waists, we don't want people to look at that area, you know, you put it up here and vice versa, depending on your shape. But you can really change and have fun, and also show your style, because I think people get sort of scared about prints sometimes, and colors and all of those things. And we stick to what we feel safe in. Where actually, if you try a little bit more, you can really feel good about yourself, and your skin color looks good, and all of those things, you know.
Absolutely. So if you are feeling a little bit nervous perhaps about wearing a nice big bold print, a really good way to start then is to wear it on accessories. So whether it's shoes or handbag, or maybe a pocket handkerchief or a tie, like today, that's a really good way to start.
Yeah, exactly. And also where you want to put focus. And, you know, sometimes if you go out, it's all about the dress, it's about the shoes and handbags. You know, do you do matchy, as I always say? Do you have the handbag and, you know, shoes match? You don't have to. You can do tones. So it depends where you want, you know, especially if you're going to a wedding or a christening. You know, there's always a thing about what you wear on your hat. How do you go into, I mean, we can talk about that later, about evening do's, you know, going from day to evening. How do you change that up? but you can definitely start in small ways, especially for, you know, some chaps not feeling necessarily confident, you know. But, you know, those bold prints are gorgeous for guys, especially in the summer on their check. You know, it's a little handkerchief, it's the tie, you know, and you can also mix prints, you know. It starts getting tricky and you just have to play. So, for example, you could have small dots on your sort of chest area if you wanted to sort of make that minimalize, and then have bigger down below. And the same with stripes. You can wear, but you know, if you want to, if you're very slim up top, you could wear wider stripes and then stripes that go down, you know, mix them up. So you can wear also 2 different size patterns as well.
And is there any rule on mixing patterns? So like I say, you could wear smaller polka dots on top with larger spots on the bottom half, but is there any hard and fast rule about mixing different styles, so florals and spots or stripes and animal print or anything like that, or is it just what you feel comfortable in?
Yeah, I think I'm very, I mean, we're kind of talking rules, aren't we? Because we're trying to save money and time and everything, but not really. I mean, there's things, you know, like for example, denim goes with anything, and also what denim you're wearing, what color you're wearing. You know, denim looks great with tartan. So, you know, you could wear black jeans in the winter with a tartan coat.
Yeah.
You know, there's all those kinds of things. Do you know what I mean? It's just about mixing up. You can wear metallics, you know, that's obviously another thing. But, you know, you can wear florals in the winter. You can mix it up. You can wear, you can slowly denim and leopard skin is great. You know, stripes, can go. You can mix it up with flowers. It depends on the tones of the colours of the items. And sometimes they can be like completely opposite, or they can come together. It's playing. It's basically playing. Yeah.
And finding what you feel comfortable in.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So the main thing I think that we've learned from patterns is wear what you want, however, use it as a focal point. So wherever you want the viewer's eye to go, that's the place where you should wear maybe a bigger, bolder pattern. So maybe you might wear something that is completely plain. Your outfit might be just one color, might be bold color maybe, but if you were to wear accessories, the eye is automatically going to go there. So if that's what you want to happen, that's where you should wear bigger, bolder, bright patterns.
Absolutely. And I mentioned to this you very briefly today, but you know, years ago I was asked to do some for Fashion Week, to go up to punters, you know, and say to them, you know, would you like a sort of, you know, a color test? And the majority of the people I spoke to were kind of scared of color and scared of pattern, and it was always about they're wearing black and wearing navy and somehow wanting to hide and not being brave enough to wear a color. Oh, I couldn't wear something floral, I couldn't wear, you know, because somehow, you know, it's about language, isn't it? It's about knowledge, and it's about, you know, empowering men and women, whoever wants to wear what they want. I mean, people, what's great at the moment, people of all shapes, of all creeds, wearing whatever. And it's great in the magazines, you're seeing that, you know, you're seeing people represented, which is, you know, been a long time coming. And that's the same with clothes and pattern. And I'm just saying, you know, wear what you want, but try, like you said, you know, with a little sort of scarf, you know, wear a bold thing, you know, even start, if you're wearing black all the time, wear a scarf, you know, mix it up, you know, go lighter shade. What is your tone? If you wear black, maybe navy is better than black, maybe brown is better than, you know, mix it up. You know, if you're worried about your bottoms, wear the darkness, wear the pattern on top, vice versa, you know.
Yeah, I think we are all inclined to, if we're not having the most confident of days, perhaps, to kind of cower behind the darker colours. But maybe we could have a chat about colours and how to wear them next week, because I think that would be quite good to do, because I think people want to feel confident in wearing nice, bright, bold colours, but learning how to wear them well, rather than sort of cowering behind those darker colours.
Yeah, and also it's also that thing about, you know, what colour you wear near your face, that will make how that will make you feel. I mean, it's really little tiny changes that can make, you know, your skin tone will change. And also where you wear bright colours, you're bringing focus, but it doesn't have to be bright, you know, like we talked about the undertones. Jeweled colours are great for their warmer tones, you know, the different shades and where you put that, and you know, that then changes your makeup.
Yeah.
and your jewellery and all those little things that you can do to make it, you know, I mean, I'm wearing a pattern top when you see this,
Yeah.
and I'm wearing a big piece of chunky jewellery, and it's like, it's too busy, isn't it? Well, no, it's not.
No.
Put it on, see, you know, play around,
Yeah.
see your wardrobe as a mood board, and where do you fit in it, and what do you want and what do you don't want, you know.
Fab. Well, let's do that next week then. Let's talk about how to wear different colours, bold or otherwise, and that can be our chat for next week. What do you say?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's all of this. We've talked about all those other things, but this is so detailed that it does need the time, and everyone is going, okay, let's go home, let's think about what I've got.
Yeah.
What can I do next? Yeah.
Absolutely. So we've talked about undertones, we've talked about colourings, we've talked about body shape in male and female. We've now had a look at patterns and where to draw the eye wearing patterns. And next week, we're going to talk about how to wear colours, whether they're bold or pastels, or how to sort of accentuate your body and your body type, perhaps wearing bold, big bold colours.
Yes. And absolutely, Vicky. And if anyone's got any questions, please, because obviously we are just shooting just the top end of this. So, you know, we're not going into detail about each print. So if anyone has any questions, you know,
drop them in the comments for sure. Drop them in.
Yeah, because it's a lot to process, and so well, what do I wear? I like leopard skin. I've got this. Can I not wear this anymore? Of course you can. But you know, if you've got any slight, you know, interesting things you want to ask, then do.
Yeah, please do. Please do. Well, thank you very much, Tally. It has been a joy as always on a Saturday morning. I love my Saturday mornings with you doing a live. And
what's that?
I said I love doing our Saturday morning lives. Oh, I think you may have gone. So what I would say is thank you very much to you, Tally. We will see you next week at 10:30. Hopefully see you there as well. Whatever you do, have a fantastic week. And we will be back talking about big, bold colours, as well as how to wear those pastels next time. So we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye, lovely. Bye.